Hello, hello, hello. Hola. ¿Cómo estáis? Soy señor Snoddy. Muy buenas tardes, buenos días, lo que sea. Hoy es el 24 de marzo 2020. Get my little pointer here. Ooh, that's cool. All right, I've got a little red dot. All right, guys. In addition to just giving you a basic layout of what we're going to do today, the topic of our main lesson is to commands. And so we touched on this before we let out, so I thought I would just kind of pick up where we left off and today do a lesson on to commands, just so we can make sure that it is crystal clear. Okie dokie. El plan. Nice cognate here. We have plan, all right? Para, oh, that's my dog. El plan para hoy. ¿Qué es el plan para hoy? First, you're going to listen to my presentation of this material, and my dog's going to bark occasionally. That's all right. I wanted to talk about how we are going to sequence our activities. I think it's going to be pretty neat because I'm going to put all of our stuff into topics. For example, today you'll see it very clearly. The topic will be to commands. That's the topic for today. We're just going to go a topic each day. We might hang out on certain more difficult topics for longer than others, but I think you'll find that once you get into the Google Classroom and get used to the format, that everything is going to be neatly organized for you so you can go back in time and figure out what you did, that kind of thing. Then I'm going to give you guys a Kahoot challenge. So this isn't the normal kind of Kahoot where we're just sort of having fun in class and reviewing and making funny names and stuff like this. I take this seriously. So the material that I go over in the lesson, which is what we're doing now, I am going to test your knowledge in the Kahoot. So it's very important that you perform well on this challenge. I'm going to take the timer off, all right, so you're not timed. You don't have that constraint. I want you to think about each question that I ask on there and answer it to the best of your ability. This is going to show me that you really grasp the material that we're going over. All right, so it's there to test your understanding. And then we got this really cool app called Vocaroo, which records your voice. What you do is you hit the record button, and I'll show you this stuff later. There'll be some instructions for you. You make a brief recording. For this first one, it's just going to be a short introduction, maybe a greeting or so, just so we can get used to using this app. But eventually, this is how we're going to do our dictations. This is how I'm going to evaluate your pronunciation in Spanish. And it'll be good to hear you guys' voices. Whoops. I will have you submit at least one recording per class. There should be another S on there. But hey, this is Spanish class. English spelling doesn't matter. Again, most of them are going to be brief, and I think you'll find it's pretty fun once you get over the weirdness of hearing your own voice. All right, vámonos. The lesson begins now. To commands. Okay. So go back in your memory. See if you can remember how to form to commands in Spanish. What we have to start by doing is reviewing the present tense conjugations of verbs. All right, so a standard AR verb is hablar. Let's just go over real briefly the present tense conjugations. All right, so the yo form of hablar is, you guessed it, yo hablo. Nosotros hablamos. Tú hablas. Vosotros habláis. Ella, usted habla. Ellos, ellas, ustedes hablan. Okay, so I've got those AR endings in bold. Let's look at ER verbs. Think of a common ER verb. ¿Estabas pensando en comer? Were you thinking of comer? I was. Let's do comer since it's a nice, commonly used regular ER verb. Yo and nosotros, yo como, I eat or I am eating. Nosotros comemos. Tú comes. Vosotros coméis. Él, ella, usted come. Ellos, ellas, ustedes comen. All right, so we have our AR, ER verbs. Now for IR verbs. Vivir. Yo vivo. Nosotros vivimos. Tú vives. Nosotros vivís. Él, ella, usted vive. Ellos, ellas, ustedes viven. All right, so why did we review these present tense conjugations? First of all, this is requisite for Spanish 1. You must know all of these conjugations if you are going to be a good Spanish 1 student, all these endings, if you're going to be a good Spanish 1 student and move on successfully to Spanish 2. But second of all, this is how we find our to commands. There's a formula involved. So for regular to commands, all right, when you tell somebody to do something who you are familiar with, you look at the él, ella, usted form of the verb. So for hablar, the él, ella, usted, or what they call the third person singular, is habla. So the way you would say speak, like if I ask my dog to speak, let's see if it works. Herschel, habla. He doesn't speak Spanish, but anyway, the command to speak is habla. For comer, eat, come. Right? You'll hear parents talking to their small children. Come, por favor, come. Eat, please. Live, vive. All right, so here's the formula. Third person singular, that's your to command, your familiar command, your mandato. There's lots of different ways to say that. All right? Let's look at some examples. Oh, how appropriate is this? Wash your hands. So the verb to wash is lavar. Okay, so wash your hands. Look, we've got your in here. And you guys know how to say that. We've gone over these, what do you call them? Possessive adjectives, right? So think of how you say this real quick in your head, and then check it with what I put on the board. Lava tus manos. Wash your hands. Clean the car. To command, right? Limpia el coche. Cut the grass. These are going to start looking familiar, right? Cut the grass. Corta el césped. Eat your breakfast. Come tu desayuno. Live a good life. Now that's good advice. Vive una vida buena, or vive una buena vida. Make your bed. Okay, trick question. Haz tu cama. Haz tu cama. Haz es un irregular. Okay, it's an irregular to command. Okay, so the regulars, all third person singular of the verb. Irregulars, like haz from hacer, just make no sense. You have to just remember them. All right, so let's take a look at the irregular to commands. Decir, all right, to say or to tell. Di. All right, so sometimes you'll hear people when they pick up the phone, dime, tell me. Hacer, you remember? Very good. Haz. Ir, ve. Vete. Okay, so vete is a way of saying, like, get out of here. Salir. Sal. Ser. Sé. Like, be good. Sé bueno. Tener. Ten. Okay, so the expression be careful. Well, we've worked with tener a lot this year, but if you want to say, hey, careful, you can say ten cuidado. Venir, to come. So if you want to tell somebody, come, all right, come here. Ven aquí. Ven. So these are the irregular to commands. Like I said, there's no trick. There's no rhyme or reason for them. You just kind of have to remember them. So it can be a bit of a pain. Dime. Haz la cama. Ella está haciendo la cama. Ve. Go over there, he's saying. Ve por allá. Sal de aquí. Leave. Guy's heading for the exit. Sé bueno. Be good. Ten cuidado. Careful. Ben. So you got Conan O'Brien saying, come here. That's a little creepy, but okay. Gracias, mis amigos. Gracias por escucharme. So coming up next, we have the Kahoot assessment. It should be fun, but like I said, try your very best on it. And then we're going to have a Vocaroo recording. All of this stuff should be on your Google Classroom. Gracias por escucharme. Thanks for listening, and I will see you tomorrow. Hasta mañana. Adios.